Yo, what's good? It's your boy Niger, aka King's Caliber, the comeback king. 77 on Instagram, baby. Follow your boy. Hey, follow the YouTube channel here at God's Fault Podcast. Like, subscribe, share, put the noties on so you can get the latest episodes as we dig into all kind of topics. We here for it, you know? Hang with your boy. It's God's fault that I'm here. Don't be mad at me. Blame God. Yeah, we out.
Biggest enemy I got is myself, you know what I mean? New levels, man, everybody ain't got the same devils. My vision perspectives reach the collectives. My ops smelling like breakfast, eating like I'm cannibal, like I'm sick of perfection. I hear you.
Great conversation, man, on entrepreneurship, fatherhood, self-improvement. So many layers here, brother. So many layers, man. I do want to continue on this entrepreneurship discussion. I think right before we left off the last time, you was just saying how entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Like what it takes to endure, entrepreneurship, and you've been doing it for about 16 years now. So can you elaborate a little bit more on that? When you say that, like besides the what we see on Instagram and what's really going on?
Yeah. Again, there's so many businesses out there that I'm not gonna downplay anybody's success. But I know for a fact that a lot of people are caught up in the glitz of the glamour of saying they're a boss and have a company and they're this and they're that, and they haven't really put the groundwork in. You understand? Like, it's common sense. When you look at the people that actually been doing it, a lot of it is common sense. There's no way that you're doing X, Y, and Z. A lot of it is a facade for Instagram. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication. That's not what people are showing. They don't talk about the failures. They don't talk about the struggles. They're only talking about the positive and trips and
Right.
assets that they're acquiring and things like that. They're not really showing transparency with that, I feel. Again, I've worked 70 hours not to even get a check.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about 70 hours, 100 hours a week. Build a foundation for an idea that could possibly make me money.
Right. That's something, when you said that, it what one of the things that I'm learning is that you can never trade enough hours for money and get wealthy. And what that means is, like, if you punch the clock for 70 hours, yeah, you get a check, you get a decent check, but you're not going to get any more than what those hours dictate.
100%.
But if you put 70 hours and you lay the foundation to something that you created,
yeah,
that thing can keep making money because now it's created.
100%.
And now, just like something like on YouTube or whatever, music, it could be, it could be anything that, you might create a beat that can turn out to be the jingle to the next McDonald's.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whatever it is, and to just keep going, because you put in the groundwork for it. Now you in bed and it's still making money.
And the mission, and I feel is not to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
My bad. But another misconception is the supplementary income theory, right?
Okay.
I don't buy that 100%, right? Most people that became successful, they was good at something. You feel me? They were good. They were successful at something.
Right.
And they wasn't half-assing it over here. They wasn't mediocre at this. They wasn't just throwing a little bit of time and effort into that.
Right.
A lot of people are doing, like, nail down something that's gonna bring you in revenue. That's gonna.
Would you call that your purpose? I said, would you call that your purpose? Like, what it is that you're really good at? And because from what you're saying, it made me think of something I heard recently where it says, like, your thing, other people will tell you what your thing is before you even recognize it.
Right. It's true. It's like the concept you go where you appreciate it, right?
Right.
Good as something, your market could be wrong,
Mm.
right? You could think
Right.
that you got a bad product, but your market could just be wrong.
Right.
And you can be marketing to the wrong people and it could discourage you and make you think that you don't have a good product. So I tell people like you gotta find your market, you gotta go where you appreciate it, you gotta go where people support you. Um
Mm-hmm.
and if you're good at something, apply yourself 1,000%. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like you have
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
something like selling yourself short and thinking that you're gonna have your hand in this, hand in that. It's not really the smart way to go. And I'm
Right.
talking experience, you feel me?
Right. Right. I've been there too. I've tried it all. I've done it. I know exactly where you're coming from. So
I've had
yeah.
companies that wasn't as successful, partially because incompetence, putting the wrong people in positions where I thought they could handle certain things.
Mm,
This going on, I could trust that this is gonna get done.
that's
Um,
good. That's good
it's,
right there.
and
Yeah.
it's just really don't always work out that way. So I sold myself short on some things and caused me to have to regroup and
Mm-hmm.
rethink a lot of things. But yeah, I would say find something that you're good at
Mm-hmm.
and start there. I want to
Yeah.
say, jump into this and jump into that.
Right.
It really do take years to build a foundation for a business that's gonna bring you in consistent income.
Right.
Um, you got people that are talking about six figures and all these big numbers, and it hasn't really stood the test of time. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
To really
Mm-hmm.
six-figure earner means that you doing that on a consistent basis. Like that's the type of value that you bring to the table.
Right.
Most people done had a quick pop off of like a hustle or something like that. They haven't been doing it for 5 to 10 years to legitimately say that I'm a six-figure earner.
Mm.
Another misconception, you feel me? Like let me see what them tax returns is looking like.
Right.
See, really filing 100,000 plus on them income taxes.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
No, that's a fact. I think the one of the things like for me, and this is how you know a lot of people aren't is when you've been, what doesn't and what it sounds like everything works, right? Like even like I kind of felt like I did your journey too to a certain point where I had my hands in this, had my hands in that, and realized that I was just stretched too thin and I wasn't being good at anything.
right,
And but it worked. You know why it worked? Because I learned I can't do that. So
right,
what doesn't work for you works on you if you allow it to. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, it had me honing in on me and becoming more self-aware of, like you were saying, like what is it that I'm actually good at? What is it that I actually have a passion for? And that kind of, and I don't even feel like I'm anywhere close to where I need to be with that, but I'm more aware of it and I'm watchful and pursuing it more. You know what I mean? Like me even stepping out in front of an audience is not something like that I would normally do.
right.
We was taught to
It's
not be
not
seen. You know what I'm saying? You
it's
didn't want to be seen, you know?
bro, always. So like to even go on this journey that's the hardest thing for me. Like I'm always behind the scenes, bro. Like
Right,
I'm never in the camera. I'm the cameraman. You feel
right,
me?
right, right. That's a fact.
I deal with artists. I'm never the artist.
Right, right. Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. So when it comes to it's something else you said too that it resonated with me. When you're investing in your passion and your vision and things on your journey, it doesn't leave you much money for play.
Right,
Like, you know what I mean? It really doesn't. And, thank goodness my tax returns, I invest as much as I have done in my business or I would have to pay. Uncle Sam. You know what I'm saying? I was able to write off a lot of things. That's part of the financial strategies that I've, picked up over the years. That helps, from what you were saying about the credit and everything else. And even with that, because of times changing, I found myself in a sticky situation because, just things didn't pan out. And it's like, wow, but I still have to find a way to keep going,
Yeah.
So it is. And what it taught me was literally to value every dollar. I remember when I was so frivolous with money. Like I was really, I just thought it was always gonna keep coming. And listen, I've learned every penny matters, not even dollar.
Literally.
Every penny matters, and I don't think I could ever, like, I've tried to be frivolous. I've tried to do something, and I was like, no, I can't do that. It's crazy. So now, and I literally, I sit back sometimes. I don't know if you ever done this. I sit back at sometimes, be like, dang, man, I got to figure really out how to manage multiple millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, like, I have to be able to keep that working and going. And like, I'm like planning for the millions. If I can't manage this, how I'm going to manage a couple of 100,000 coming in a month.
Right. That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not even a thrill anymore. I don't look at money as like, I don't know. It's like, I don't look at $1 million as a lot of money.
Yeah, in this day and age, it's funny. It sounds crazy to make a statement like that, right?
Right.
Dollars not a lot of money, but you spend $1 of that, you're not a millionaire no more.
This is fact.
You feel me? Like, so it doesn't even matter. And I look at that as like that $100 bill, right? Once you break
Yeah.
it, spent,
Spent.
it's spent. Like that. That if you could buy a house, you could buy a car. Like you could spend that in one whop now.
Yeah.
That's light money, but good thing is, like you said, having discipline. And if you could learn to live a minimalistic life
Mm-hmm.
and learn what's for you, what's not for you, $1 million, what you can put that in a trust and invest that in. A,
Right.
like who can't live off of $10,000-$20,000 a month? You feel
Right.
me? Who,
Mm-hmm.
like, that's the type of situation you could set up for yourself. Like invest in that type of money. Like you don't got to be balling out of control, but goddamn,
Yeah.
$10,000-$20,000 a month is decent money.
Right. Right. My brother's I'm gonna have him on. He's a financial advisor and a retired chief in the Navy.
Mm.
Me and him were total different lives. And but he's always in my ear about the trust and how to be your own bank and how to have the family set up. You know what I mean? So me and him, working together on a few things. And it just and that it's amazing how we're taught as a people, like the black dollar. I forget how many seconds it stays in the hood. It's
Not
it's
long
it's
enough.
not long. It's not long,
You know
and that's
what's we know how to make money. Like there's money is money in the black community.
yeah.
No wealth, right?
Say
Like
it
we
again.
got so dependent on like income tax, bro. Like
Mm,
thank God I don't even see an income tax.
I
I
haven't
just
seen one of those in a long
you
time.
have to pay no taxes, right?
Right,
Like I don't have to pay no taxes. I'm happy,
right.
but I'm like, yeah, bro. Like we programmed like totally different. Like
Hmm. The
and a
the
lot.
only culture that's like that too, who doesn't invest back into their own community.
Yo, I struggle with that too, though, bro. Like I
Why?
struggle with.
Enlighten me. Please tell me what's going on here.
Well, it's the if you're successful, it's like you're obligated, right? When I look at my businesses, I'm just gonna talk me personally, personal experience. I'm
Okay.
a black owned business. Everybody know that I'm a black owned business. There's no denying it. Tatted up, everything. Like I don't dummy down who I am when it comes to dealing with people. I just think that I'm diverse enough where I can have a mature conversation no matter what room I'm in.
Right.
But I don't dummy down being black. With that being said, when I look at my businesses, and like I said, I've been doing this long enough. Um, my business, if I had to pride myself on being a black business, my business are not sustained by black people.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
We
Oh
have a
yeah.
we have a certain amount of disdain to see each other win. So I know people for a fact that won't support you just because you are who you are.
Yeah.
You understand? But I also
Mm-hmm.
got some real supportive homies that be on me, like, yo, bro, why you ain't pushing your merch? You know, like, I want to support black businesses. I
Mm-hmm.
want to buy other people clothes.
Right.
Um, I get it on both sides, but when I'm talking about longevity and sustaining a business, we can even just talk about out here. I don't know no black business out here
Mm.
that's
That's
been
crazy.
that that pride themselves on being a black business and still up and standing, bro.
Right.
Like I seen it, people jumping out the window during COVID when that COVID money was coming through and
Right.
EP loans and all that. Everybody wanted to be an entrepreneur, and everybody was
Mm-hmm.
black, black entrepreneur, black excellence, and all of
Right.
that. I don't see any of those people now, bro.
Yeah.
You feel
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
All these people that had trucking companies and was saying they was doing $1 million in trucking and
That's
yo,
right. That's actually right. Yeah, that's crazy. You said that. Yeah. Wow.
so I look at that and I just be like, I don't feel obligated to run back and give back to black culture. Like I give back to good people, period. You feel
Mm-hmm.
like this winter I spent a couple of days I just woke up day bro in a funky mood. I ain't know what came over me.
Yeah.
Just nasty mood. I was like down on myself. And something just like came over me and I'm like, yo, there's people out there right now that don't even got food right now. Yo,
Mm.
that same day, bro, and went out and started feeding homeless people.
Oh,
You
that's
know
what's up.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was just like that. I found more joy in that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, no, no.
And
I
that
understand what you're
was
saying right
black
there.
or anything. Like most of them,
Mm-hmm.
like, bro, one of the dudes that I fed, um, I took him a coat, everything. I took him a couple of things. He took a picture with me. He had a Confederate coat on, and
Right.
he was like, "Should I take this off?" And I'm like, "Nah, bro, keep your coat on."
Yeah, man. It's cold out
Thank
here. It's cold out
you.
here. What you doing?
Yeah, man, I love my black people, but we need correcting, man. Like we need to have transparent conversations without everybody getting their panties in a bunch.
This is true because you know, it's something that it's not that I recognize a lot. What I'm realizing that, and the reason why the black dollar doesn't stay in the black community is because we do more celebrity celebrating for people who are not building infrastructure within the culture. Like dollar doesn't have anywhere to go. It's just now getting to a point where you're starting to get black owned banks, but even some of those things you got to question where their funding is coming from.
Listen, bro, I say, yo, I hate to say it, man, but there's so much scamming that goes on in the black culture, right? Like we just was talking about white collar crimes, right? Like I work for a corporation. They do their own type of scamming, right?
Right.
But with the black culture, like we almost pride ourselves on scamming being a hustle, right?
Mm-hmm.
More than what it really is. Like it's never really that lucrative where it ain't on no real Robin Hood shit.
Right.
Because ain't break no banks and build infrastructure in a black community. Like niggas
Right.
is foreigns, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Chains, jewelry.
Yeah, so I'm
busting
like,
down watches that don't need to be bust down.
yo, they not even setting a family out, bro.
Yeah.
Setting a family out. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I struggle with it. I struggle with it bad because I feel like we don't look out for each other enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
I think it comes, and I don't mean to cut you off with that, but because I think this is such an important conversation to have right here. Um, we look what Kyrie did.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie lost the endorsement with those folks,
Mm-hmm.
and then he went to those folks. You see what I mean? Like his company is owned by like Chinese or Japanese or something. The Answer, whatever, them sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even a black sneaker company, but guess what? I don't know if there was a black sneaker company that had the infrastructure to support the demand that his shoes would bring alone.
That's the word right there, right? Like we don't own nothing, bro. We don't
Nothing.
own nothing. Like, and that's the truth.
Right.
Yo, I had a debate. I had a debate with one of my clients about the whole Barclays situation, right?
Okay.
People, people got that dude on like such a huge pedestal, like, and I'm like, yo, he's a puppet.
Please
I'm like,
explain.
when they was trying to bring, and this is just like talking about our black heroes that we idolize, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Diddy's, the Jay-Z's, and those are the people that people idolize, right? You can't
Mm-hmm.
say that about Jay-Z because he's a billionaire, right?
Right.
People don't even know half of anything about this man, just the fact that he's a billionaire.
Right.
So I was debating the dude, and I'm like, yo, listen, like, he's not even a real owner. He's not a real owner. You understand? And if he is, he's a minority owner. You talking about
Right.
like digit percentage,
Mm-hmm.
right? The whole point is like BK them prided themselves on being a certain type of city,
Yeah.
right? So the gentrification that's going on in Brooklyn, they already had to find a way to sell the culture on the whole downtown infrastructure that was changing with the Barclay coming. They
Right.
had to clean all of that up. You understand? It
Yeah.
wasn't going to be the ratchet
Mm-hmm.
town Brooklyn where niggas is going to hang out and all that, right?
Right.
They had to put a little bit more order into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't necessarily want that change. They wanted to keep it culturally black and Brooklyn.
Right.
They had to find a face to be able to sell this project.
Mm.
It was between Jay-Z and I think they said Danny DeVito. You know what I'm
Whoa.
saying?
Yeah.
And it was like back and forth. And they settled on the powers that be supposedly settled on Jay-Z because it was an easier sell to the black people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
with that being said, we could shoot down to Atlanta. Like I was going to Atlanta in the 90s, bro. Like I seen the potential, but I also seen like a lot of the BS.
Mm.
When I was talking about black excellence going on in Atlanta, there's a lot of great things going on in Atlanta, but it's not this mini Wakanda like everybody trying to make it.
It
You know what I'm
has not many Wakanda. Oh, that's new. I like
saying?
that. That's crazy.
No financial institutions.
Right.
You feel me? At the end of
Right.
the day, we still borrowing money from these people,
Right. No,
right?
that's yeah, yeah, that's
About the LeBrons and all of that. Remember, somebody still cut that man a check, bro.
right.
Like, so every time we talk about black heroes, like we don't got no black heroes that's cutting checks for our billionaires.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's still somebody cutting checks for them. Like they not playing bank for nobody.
Mm-hmm.
They not building no financial institutions. So that's why I feel like the black culture is gonna always struggle because we gotta deal with them people, and they the ones that created interests.
Yeah.
They
No, that's
created this,
right. Think
right?
about it too. If you want to even go even deeper, right? So let's just say if all like if like a lot of black business owners really was like, you know what? we're going to support each other. We don't own no POS systems.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even have our own currency. Our currency is dictated by the system currency. You know what I'm saying? So if we that just shows you the level of where it can actually where it really actually needs to go. So, but if we got hip enough now, we could lift each other up by supporting each other, directly for most things that we do. And then we can start working on the next level. Look at Ye. When he started really trying to do something with his paper and stuff, it all went downhill. They stripped him of his billionaire status just like that.
Yeah, and that's why I say it's the billionaire status is a facade, kinda, right? Because if he was a true billionaire, you shouldn't have been able to strip him of that.
Right.
You understand?
Right. It's never liquid. Not for us.
Which is fine, right?
Right.
Even for the real billionaires, it's not liquid. It's asset based.
Yeah.
You feel me? So you got. I mean, the list goes on, man. You're talking about insurance policies that they got. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But again, he still is attached to the machine that gave him his value, right? A lot of the value that these people have is predicated on the relationships that they have.
Yeah.
Right. What two people coming together could bring to the table? That's what the value is predicated on.
Yeah.
It's not really liquid cash, because if it was liquid cash, then you could play bank.
Yeah. No,
that's why niggas don't get cash like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They can't keep money. They don't invest it in the right place. When they get money, they spend it like it's gonna burn a hole in their pocket.
And that's why it blows my mind. I remember was it the 444 album, the one with the story of OJ and all that, and when Jay was talking about buying Dumbo and all that, being Dumbo and all that, and with the paintings and all this, and a lot of people know that most people who want to really manipulate paper, they buy paintings.
Yeah, it's money laundering, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So it's.
And again, it's the same way how they buy all those. How they used to have all those high-end real estate TV shows, $30 million condos, Manhattan.
Right.
People live in those things.
Wow.
These billionaires, they dump money into these assets, and that's what they do. They let it sit there a couple of years, and then they sell the asset to another person, and moving money around.
That's it.
So, again, it's a big game. Once you learn it and you see it, it's wow, we really in the tricks, bro.
Seriously, that's facts. That's why, for me, I do have some set goals, and the ultimate plan is to make sure that my children and my children's children, their children, is all set up, for the future, to be able to continue on with what I've started and to build upon it and to always own and never to be, a worker for others. Yeah. Is that going to happen for all of them? No, because they all got different things that they got to develop into, but that legacy will pass on through my family. You know what I mean? Because I see it. I'm determined to make it happen. And I want it. And it's not just so much handing them cash and inheritance. Inheritance come from so many different things. A lot of people think wealth means riches, but wealth is being the ability to bring value to others, in their lives. If you change in somebody else's life, now you're spreading the wealth around. You know what I mean? Because what you got in this person's prospering because of your businesses, your systems, what you implicated, your mindset, your disciplines, and now they're established and they're becoming rich because of what the value that you bring to them. That's why there was a powerful line, everybody in my circle, anybody connected to me is wealthy. That's the key, and it should start with your seeds, your
Right.
family, your home. You know what I mean? It's just gonna keep replicating and replicating and replicating, and that's something when we're so selfish and we're spending money on trinkets. There's no. That's what you're passing on to your future generation. Is the shiny things is what's important.
Yeah.
And that's why you see the most. You can't even tell most billionaires. They're wearing things, and you can tell. They look like just regular Joe or even bummy even.
That's listen. I remember listening to this billionaire, and he said the first thing in the morning is, and I know you even know this true. You work in your job. When you wake up in the morning, you only have a certain amount of choices that you can make without overexerting yourself. Where you get to the point where your choices are not as accurate,
Mm,
right?
okay. Yeah.
Think about when you go to work, you sharp, right?
Mm-hmm.
You multitasking. This person got a question, you handling it, this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
By the middle to the end of the day, it's like, yo, you don't want to deal with none of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you
Mm.
don't, your
You,
tolerance is a lot shorter.
mm-hmm.
So these billionaires, when they wake up in the morning, is where they want to be the most precise and where they want to make the best decisions. Those decisions to decide what they want to wear, what color, this
Mm-hmm.
takes time and energy. Those are things
Mm-hmm.
they don't want to have to worry about and they don't want to have to put time and energy into.
Right.
You understand? So it really does. I find it to be true. Like, getting up and getting to it and working and being super diligent. I usually get a second wind in the evening time. Like I'll dull out around 6, 7, and then
Mm-hmm.
around 10, 11, I'll get a second wind. But
Right.
yeah, I get short tempered, a little bit irritable sometimes. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
It happens. Yes, it definitely happens. It
you got to
definitely
make your
happens.
decisions count.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And don't overexert yourself on the things that's not going to make you money or not going to be
Right.
productive for you.
You want to know too? One thing that so because I work a second shift job,
Mm-hmm.
I used to burn the candle really late, wake up late to go to work late.
Mm-hmm.
I did that for years, thinking that I was being more productive in the later part in the evening. I did that for
Yeah.
years until maybe about a year ago. I started like, wait a minute, I'm wasting all this time between here and here. So now I wake up, and that's why I do burn out a little bit sooner. But I wake up as early as I can. Usually, I'm waking up at least, even though I don't have to be to work until like leave for work about like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I done been up and did so much between 7:30 and 2. I done had a full work day already,
Mm-hmm.
and self discipline practices, be it meditation, a devotion, exercise. Like you said, I'm the sharpest after that. Focus on ideas, learning, creation. By the time 12 noon come, I done did so much. Then I gotta go in, do what I gotta do, at the job and stuff, be sharp there, right? Then get off, come home, do whatever I gotta do, and then put some more time in before I start numbing out again. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
and like you said, it can lead to irritability sometimes because you do have a low spot, and when I recognize it, that's what I was talking about before. When my emotions is off, wait, oh, I didn't eat. I forgot to, you know what I mean? I forgot to eat something. I didn't even eat or whatever. I gotta decompress a little bit. You know what I mean? So that's how that me on my entrepreneur journey. That's what I'm learning. And you only as healthy. This is something else I'm picking up. You only as healthy. Your business is only as healthy as you are. So it's impossible. It's impossible for you to be productive in your own business if you're not productive in your own personal discipline.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. If I had to say that, that would probably be one of the things that it took me a long time to learn, like grinding so much and not resting properly and not taking care of me.
Mm-hmm.
You almost trick yourself into think that you're being productive just because you're moving, but you're
Moving
not
nowhere fast.
calculated. You're not as calculated, and it's not really counting as much as it really could count. Like without that self care, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I took time, like for 2 years. I'm just like really, like I said, getting back into trying to do content and trying to find a space online. A lot of that was just like me taking time for myself mentally. I had an accident in 2018. I never really took personal time for myself to like rest my body
Right.
properly. So it all caught up to me, and I was like mentally, everything started hitting at the same time.
Right.
I was like, you know what, this might be the right time to scale back a little bit and regroup,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
That's important.
And really, really buckle down and prioritize on what I really want to do instead of like taking on too many things at a time.
Right. So just to kind of sum it up, right, from the experiences and everything you've been through to this point,
Hmm.
if you was going to give any advice to an up and coming entrepreneur, be it young or old, just somebody who says, you know what, I'm tired of this corporate rat race. I know I have more value to bring to the world, to the universe through my purpose. What advice would you give them to start out and to start their journey so that they could see success a lot sooner without all the head bumps as much as
Uh,
along the way?
well, I can't really give them the perfect blueprint where they won't bump their head first and foremost. Like some situations, depending on what field you in, um, you might have to figure that out on your own, certain steps.
Mm.
But as far as for the person, I would definitely say be smart with your money. Learn the tax system before you get into the entrepreneurship. At least learn basic taxes. Make sure you have good credit. Learn credit. Make sure you definitely have decent credit, and just be disciplined.
Mm.
And never really think that you can't learn from other people, whether it's from their mistakes or from them being successful. I hear a lot of people talk about the good, but you don't hear about them talking about the failures. To become a billionaire or multimillionaire or even be worth six figures, the high six figures, you had to make a lot of mistakes down the line to be successul. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Not everybody get lucky off of just right out the gate go viral and it's all peaches and cream.
Right.
So I would definitely say, be disciplined, be smart with your money, and just take minimum risk, you know, like until you sure about what you want to do, learn as much information that you can get, and save money,
Word.
save money because it's gonna come in handy, being disciplined and being able to save money is it's gonna be the ups and downs. It's gonna be a roller coaster, you know. So I would say for the person, learn good financial habits and good credit, and
Mm.
learn your taxes. Learn your taxes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good, man. Well, listen, Lamont, man, this has been a pleasure, an absolute pleasure to be able to break down these topics with you. Really,
Yeah,
it's
definitely
I
having
definitely
me.
appreciate you
Yeah,
being able to tap in with us, man. Here at God's Fault, and we looking forward to the projects and things that you're working on. You gave me a glimpse into some things that I'm really excited for you because I'm like, wow, when he turned this thing loose, this thing
yeah. with the right people, you know, and I'm pushing myself out of this comfort zone that I'm in. Like I've been in in hibernation, and it's been hard to get back in them streets. But you
Yeah,
know, I got to get back out there and start networking again and finding the right people to get this project done.
that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, listen, man, we appreciate you here at God's Fault, man, and you're welcome anytime you want to discuss any projects that you got going on, and if any way that we can be of service, you know, me personally, when I say we, I'm here. You know, let me know what you need, if I can do it, or if I have any kind of input or point you in the right direction with things. And the same, you know, I appreciate the stuff that you've already been showing me. So yeah,
Definitely,
yeah,
bro. You know, we locked in. So
right,
you know, definitely, I definitely want to collab with you and get some work done on my for my platform. Actually, I'm
absolutely
looking to do some type of panel. Whether it's gonna be like 3 or 4 dudes, and we just talk about male things. You know,
need it. Yeah,
fatherhood, you know, mental health, all of that. I'm
right.
huge on mental health. You know, so definitely, definitely looking forward to chopping it up with you again.
That's a bet, man. Well, listen, we're gonna sign off with that. Make sure you know what. Could you let them know where to follow you again, and I'll make sure that's in there for them.
You can check me on the Instagram, DAH_general, perspective everything, or perspective is everything. Those are my two platforms on IG and YouTube. Perspective everything, and you're gonna get it moving.
That's what's up, man. All right, brother. Well, listen, it's been a pleasure, and we're gonna get with you later on, man, and tap in to see how things are going.
Yeah, definitely appreciate you.
Hey.